Nice, the stream starts with an error message. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to the finally next race of the DRC World Championship. Today, we are at the home of motorsports. Great Britain. The British Grand Prix is up ahead. After the week-long break we had last week with the fixture against DRC 100% race in Canada, we're back with our usual program, and we are back in Silverstone. Before we start into the quali session and my great, totally prepared overlays going in, let's look at the standings for a second or two. Here we go. Driver standing. Rate, after great performances in the first 4 races, of course, leads the championship with 92 points. Behind that, we have a tight battle between Kimi Rai and RD. 38 or 39 points back, respectively. Another small gap. Well, not really small gap. It's not that much. It's... I can't read. I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's why I'm so confused with the damn numbers. Another 7 points back, we have Masquerader, who sadly threw away his win last time out, with the late safety car caused by his teammate. Prototype moving up the ranks from a rather slow start with now 2 podium finishes in both Qatar and Japan. Then iHeart, and then we go slowly down the order, with the last point scored is Joel. I don't have the thing open in the background this time, so I actually have to look at the picture as I have prepared it here. So I do slightly apologize for it. Alrighty. Getting rid of the driver standings. Well, we're now up to 17 drivers. Team standings. Red Bull still leads the way. Alpine 1 point behind. Aston Martin has to look out a little bit for Racing Bulls, who are now not only a team consisting of 1 driver anymore, with Pockets joining the Racing Bulls starting this week. McLaren on the upwards trend. Mercedes is looking for it still. A few really tough races. But the season's long. It's still a good way to go. Then we have Williams and Kick Sauber. Spooderman scraping 2 lucky points in both Japan and China. And Ferrari and Haas. No points yet. But, as stated, still a long way to go in the season and still a lot of opportunities. You're up to 18 drivers. So, as it stands right now, we're looking at the lobby to get started. You see, everybody, how they are lining up today for this race and how they are positioned in their cars. I'm trying to look at who's missing. We're missing out 1 Alpine, Chris not here again. And we're missing a Haas, because George, just as well as Chris, missing out once again. And now we'll wait for the lobby to start. And for our great preview image to also take over. Which will obviously happen just after everybody picked up their tire strategies for the upcoming round about 1.5 hours. And once again, obviously, welcome from my side. I hope I will once again bring nice entertainment for everybody. And hope myself that the drivers will do the same. Especially since we have a good chunk of rookies here today. Alrighty. Silverstone, 18 turns, 70% of the circuit at full throttle, top speed of 234 kilometers an hour, respectively, 208 miles an hour, medium downforce and medium tire wear. This race is expected to be one of those classical one-stop races, but we've seen last season, and also especially with this game, the possibility for a little bit of an upset in this statistic. Now with the drivers going out, let's change the overlay to our normal program. Sadly, once again, missing a good chunk of telemetries, actually. We're missing a Williams, we're missing Pocket, seemingly. We're missing a Haas, who is a rookie today. And that's the 3 we're missing out on. 18 drivers here today. Have the track map on as well while we're at it. And look a little bit over the circuit. The first one who might try their luck today is not Spooderman, but Retrospect. First car out on track, and with that, the first one who will set a quality time. So we're gonna win today. We will find out, but what we will see here now is a little bit of the Silverstone circuit, who obviously got a little bit of remodeling for the 2013 season, I think, was it? With a little bit of a layout change. Not too certain about that, but I'm sure someone will correct me about it eventually. Obviously, Purple Sector Retrospect is the first one out on circuit. He obviously also has a Haas behind him. First one already stole the sector while 15 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Past the old start finish line, the first first corner, old first corner. Maggots Beckett's now entering sector number 3. Purple for now, instantly not purple anymore. The Haas behind, maybe a little bit too close for comfort. We see that Thunder already invalidated his lap time. $1:29.3. Liskanek, another rookie for today, and second. Masquerader first. Little bit lost, but Ihart, next one to cross the line. 1:26.1, half a second. Ref, next one 1:25.9. Currently provisional pole for Mercedes. RD Gamer, the next one. We will take a little look at. I don't really know about the weather, sadly. RD Gamer across the line. Third. And now, let's look at the championship leader, shall we? What can Rate do? Pockets up to 5th in his Racing Bull debut. What can Rate do? It's a purple first sector for the championship leader. Down the old start-finish straight. It's a lot of curb. That's really far on the curb as well. Flag in sector 3. It's about a Merc going slowly in the last sector. Masquerader and Mishko 4th and 5th. Rate's losing a little bit of his advantage. Well, I think it is Thunder is also causing a little bit of a commotion with driving slowly, or it was Ref. But what can Rate do across the line? Second! We have a new contender up top, but Rate always, or rather never takes P1 with the first lap, it feels like. He always waits a little bit. Who of the big shots do we still have? We still have Kimirai to cross the line. The others are not on a lap. Kimirai now starting his lap. With the pink Racing Bull livery. We saw Mishko on a fast lap using ERS, but the red X marks that the lap is invalid, ladies and gentlemen. So there's nothing coming from the two Aston Martins here right now. Kimirai, 19 thousandths of a second down. Obviously, we're also still missing the other 3 prototype now leaving the garage, and we also have 3K and the Williams. I currently am not fully aware who it is. Nuggets, Beckett's, Jeppel. And the lap is invalidated for Kimirai. Prototype. Still on a rather relaxing lap. With now only 10 minutes remaining as a qualifying session, so we are entering the halfway point of this qualifying. WEF currently on provisional pole. The old start finish straight. Right ahead of him is Gab Reaper. We're also still waiting for it to put in a lap time. Around about half of the qualifying session here is over. We have a really similar picture, with a little few exceptions here and there. But now Gab Reaper, the next one, who we are gonna look at. He has a trend of always having a good qualifying and having a lot of bad luck during the races. Let's see if this is another one of those, or if he can finally break the curse of either of them. That's not a good turn 2. Turn 3, sorry. Miss the exit of the corner by a landslide, but we never know what can happen in the rest of the lap. Less than a 10th down. Maybe I just should, maybe I should just get my eyes checked. 3K 13th. What can Gap Reaper do? Barely battery left. 0.7 of a second. Oh, so King James has the same mistake two weeks in a row. Huh. That's good to know. That was a weird invalidation. Ah. Ref still tries to fastest lap. Doesn't really mind that there was a slow Ferrari right ahead of him. Yellow flag, sector 1. That I think still is the Ferrari parked there. Yes, it is. Mishko trying to improve! Ah, nearly caught it! Nearly caught it, but not quite. RD Gamma. 2 green sectors. Where does the time stop? 4 times down and still in 4th. Ray trying once again. Now, Maggots and Beckets. Don't invalidate your lap at the end of the sequence. That is the important part. He doesn't. Goes through smoothly. Not even half a 10th down. Uses the slipstream of the Ferrari, and now there's only the long right-hander and the little last section to go. And then we'll see, is Raid able to challenge Ref, the comebacker, the Ferrari TP from last season probably, as far as I am aware now. Right across the line. 100th of a second. It's 100th of a second. Which is denying Raid pole position. Masquerader, the next one, in his Aston Martin. Redemption for Japan is the goal. Win and get his way into the championship battle. Stays 5th. It's also a really rate of elevation. People will now start to enter the pits and wait for the last try. There's one Merc. There's both Mercs going out. No, it was only one. Is it? No. Okay. I just don't have spatial awareness today. Ref entering the grass, letting everybody by. And nearly going around. Whatever this plan is. Whatever this plan is, I hope it works. There's not much time left in this qualifying session. I will look up something on my phone real quick. And then we'll see the last guys driving their laps, hopefully. Alrighty. Now that we're going towards the end of this qualifying session, merely 3 minutes remaining. And Ref will be the first one who will set his final lap time. Nearly able to hold on to 8th gear during the first corner. Not fully hitting the apex, a little bit of oversteer. Let's see if this harmed him in his first sector time. A little bit, yes. 1/10 down. Not the perfect up. But there's still... There's still a good chunk of lap time to gain. Turn 1, and now Meggetts, Beckett, and Chapel. Kimirai still down in 17th. Throws his Mercedes through this section, Ref, and he gains a 10th on himself. Purple sector 2. He does turn it around in the second sector. Now he only needs to hold on to this in the third one. Ref around the last corner, and this is a 25-7. Now that's something the others need to beat first. Gabri Berna also trying to get himself up the order. Lot of traffic ahead of him. Don't invalidate it there. Not the best. Not the best. At least he moves up to 13th. He does have the lap in now. Going all the way down to the other guy who was 18th and didn't have a lap yet. Kimirai. Not even a 10th down in the first sector. Moving through this newly built section. Well, like I said, probably back in 2013. Onto this old start finish straight. That is still used, to my knowledge, on things like the national layout. We swoop down to the right down there. Thunder 9th. I wish we could do slipstreams. Split screens, sorry. That would be interesting. But first, Kimirai. Where's he gonna end up? Finally, a valid lap. Kimirai moves up to 3rd. Raid, what can he do? There's a Red Bull ahead of him. I think iHeart. iHeart moves up to 3rd. What can Raid do? 2nd! Raid will not get pole. What can RD do? Can he do anything? Is the bigger question. Can he do anything to deny Ref the pole? No. Masquerader's lab is invalidated. Prototype. Can he pull something magical out of his hat? Across the line, 5th. Great job from the McLaren driver. Juno down in 12th. Looking at the rookies or comebackers, we have Ref obviously in P1. King Jamin 9th. I don't even know if he's a rookie or a well, he's definitely a comebacker. I don't know if this is his first race of the season, actually. We have Pockets in 11th. We have Listakov in 13th. And we obviously have the Haas down in 16th. But this does conclude the qualifying session for our beautiful race that we have ahead of us. I will go through the finishing order in just a second when we have it on the big fancy screen. Here we have it! Rev on Poland's comeback. Raid in second, iHeart in third. Then we have Kimirai Prototype, RD Gamer, Masquerader, Mishko, King James, Thunder, rounding out the top 10. Going further down, we have Pockets, Juno, Liskanek, Geb Reaper, Spooderman, Alexandre Leclerc, who is in the Haas, and we have Retro and Drike. And with that, we are looking forward to have a great race ahead of us. We should start in just a few minutes' time. Or moments' time, I should say. I don't think it'll take that long. But I will find that out rather sooner than later. Gotta set up my race overlay, because then we will be all set up for this race. Here we go. All that is left for us to do is wait for the formation lap. Write down your predictions of who might win down in the stream chat, and we will see who is right. And it starts with the formation lap right now. Looking at the tires, we see we have all three of them on the grid. Rev on pole mediums, so does Raid in second, and iHeart on third. Kimirai in fourth, trying out the right striped rubber, the hearts. Prototype back on mediums, RD mediums, Masquerader mediums. Mishko, Aston Martin splitting the strategy. We are on hearts. King James, we have softs. Thunder, back to mediums. Pockets on softs. Here we see the strategy. It shows us a two-stop. So we will see what the drivers do. 26 laps ahead of us. So a lot can happen, obviously. Juno medium. Liskanov medium. Geb Reaper on hard. Then we have the last four. Spooderman, Leclerc, Retro, and DK all on the soft compound rubber. And now it's not long until the grid will line up in their starting spots. And we will go green for the second race this season in Europe. After the Spanish Grand Prix, which sadly wasn't streamed, was the season opener. Now, parking skills are asked by the drivers. And Mishko, Prototype, RD all failed that, as it looks right now. Yeah. A little bit of an oopsie. Going back to the front of the grid. Everybody is now parked. And here we go with the lights. 3, 4, 5. And here we go for the British Grand Prix. It's a good start for Ref. A little bit of a real spin for Raid. but even more respite for iHeart by the looks of it. Kimi Rai already trying to attack. We have a kick Sauber going right. Juno already with a warning going down into turn 3. It's still Rev ahead of Raid, ahead of iHeart. We have another kick Sauber where we have both of them going a little bit wide back there. The kick Saubers and the Ferraris being all next to each other. Prototype against Masquerader. Masquerader now with the inside. Going down the inside of Prototype, who now has the inside for the next corner. Masquerader tries covering it off. In the back we have King James against Mishko. RD trying to get a little bit of a cake for 5th place. Not a chance right now. King James going wide onto the old storage finish straight. And now we have Prototype going wide. And into Maggots and back hits Masquerader and Prototype side by side. Amazing. The McLaren having the better end for himself for now. Already a few warnings. Scab Reaper, Retrospect, Juno and King James. But so far all cars are still pointing into the right direction. Meanwhile, Mish go down the inside of RD Gamer, who's struggling with those medium tires. King James, the first one on softs, who might try to attack the Red Bull driver. Meanwhile, Mishko going wide in last corner. Woo! And now I need a little bit of a breather. Really, really organized, the grid at this current moment. Now the question is, how will this all look with DRS Raid already hunting down Ref? Masquerader, we know he loves a little bit of a dive bomb. And back we have Liskinov against Leclerc. Soft against medium runner. Leclerc on the inside loses out to Liskinov though. And now Drike also wants a little bit off. 14th place with Leclerc going wide. Kick Saubers again not having really the start they wanted probably. RD Gamer by Mishko. Mishko losing out. There was probably a little bit of a mistake because King James is also by the Aston Martin. Up ahead. Raid in a position he might not be too familiar with this season. Not fully winning the start, but also no pole position this time around. Retro's fighting Leclerc down in 15th and 16th place. 3K, that's a lag. And there's round goes the ass of Leclerc. I don't know if this was maybe the Ferrari, but Raid is also close to the Mercedes ahead of him. Meanwhile, behind Proto, there seems to be a little bit of a DRS train forming. The McLaren now needs to hold off. Also not really looking good on battery for him. But that's something we're all way too well aware of. Kimi Rai hunting down iHeart for the podium places. The hearts for Kimi Rai feeling a lot better than a lot of drivers probably feel on the medium compound here right now. Masquerader in 6th, RD7, King James 8th, Mishko 9th, Juno also a little bit of trail, but still in the points in 10th. That is the important point. Stay in the points, stay where something goes on your tally. Raid hunts down the comebacker in the Mercedes, who replaces Justin, I think, for the race. What can Raid do? We obviously sadly don't have ref telemetry because it seemed to be turned off. Or we're at least able to see his name. We see the blinking as well, so either he's charging or he already burned way too much. King James, can you do something still with the soft tires, or are they done after a little bit of a hectic start? I don't think it's been that hectic since Raid spun in China on lap 2. But the top 4 evacuated themselves from Protohype and his little group who has RD Gamer in it. The defending world champion, having a bit of a rough time in Red Bull from the start of the season. But that's obviously with the grid getting a lot more competitive, so do the battle for the top positions. RD hunting down Masquerader, trying to go by. Meanwhile, Mishko hunting down the already maybe struggling King James, who can luckily still keep himself in DRS to defend the Aston Martin. Pockets, the pretty much comebacker for like the 50th time in his racing bull. Being substituted for Red Bull a few times last season, if I remember correctly. Back full time! Which is what we love to see, obviously, being one of the old guys here in the DRC World Championship. Been here for quite a while. And now we're back to what seems to be our usual program. You know, DRC loses out to Leclerc, causing a yellow flag. As you could have seen down on the mini-map. Seems to be we're back to our usual program with a lot of waiting and a lot of not overtaking. But strategy will play a really big part in this. We've seen both 1 and 2 stops last season. There's nothing telling us against we might see the same strategies playing out this year once again. Meanwhile, Mishko, side by side with King James, we nearly missed it. The soft tires now slowly giving in. And the hard tires on the Aston Martin saying, oh, we're still fine. We probably just warmed up. It's a lovely train. It really is right now with the first warning. iHeart also having a warning. But I think that is our cue to go through our usual little percentage scale. Obviously the 0% you can leave out, but we see a lot of people already struggling. In the background we have people with 50+%, Masquerader on 40% of both tires. RD is still fine, the one who usually eats up his tires. The best one is Gab Reaper, but sadly Gab Reaper is in 16th, so there's not much that matters about, at least in the current moment. Warnings and penalties. We see King James is the one on currently 2 warnings, and the rest who has the little yellow exclamation mark or black exclamation mark on the yellow background next to them are on 1. Positions gained lost. As you can can't see that much. Masquerade and RD switched. Juno gained what Thunder lost. And we have pretty much the Ferrari and Saubers losing positions. And DRC is the first one with a proper penalty as he speeds in the pit lane, where Retro, Leclerc, and DRC pit. Medium says 2 stop. They're all medium, so those are all probably 2 stops. goes wide. That's probably another warning. And a lot of lost time. Thunder, next one to get a penalty. King James as well. Are the tires giving in? Do the drivers start to slide out a little bit more on a circuit where you always are on the limit, especially with track limits as well, trying to use all the circuit the track is giving you? King James, the next driver in the pits, the soft running people now entering the pit lane, but least. Why is Lisknek also pitting? He started on mediums. Also, for the mediums, it might be an early stop, but you never know. Alexander Leclerc now getting a 3-second penalty. They're all switching on mediums. Except Spooderman. He goes on high. Spooderman is trying to one-stop out of everybody. From what we're looking at. From out of everybody, Spooderman is trying to one-stop. And this might work even better than some people might think. Next pit stop, Masquerader. Is this also a stop that goes on the 2-stop? Must be. 8 laps. Juno is also in. Yeah, it's another set of mediums. For Juno, it's a set of hearts. A lot of different strategies involved. iHeart now fighting Kimirai. Kimirai, for who it is now the time to shine. The hard tires now working. The same goes for Mishko, who finally needs to go by the train of drivers who are ahead of him. And looking back slightly at the first lap, I'm really glad I can't stand in this commentator's cabin, because otherwise I'd probably yell the voice out of my vocal cords. But no! The battle for third! Kimirai is patient. Top 4 are still staying out. Everybody's staying out on the top. And look who slowly but surely snuck his way into the points paying positions. It's Gap Reaper, who's now getting hunted by both Masquerader and King James. Meanwhile, Ref is in the pits. The leader of this race on hard tires going out. Is Rough Gap Reaper going by? No, he comes out slowly and nicely in 8th. RD Gamma against Prototype. Well, here we have Kimirai, who's still patiently waiting against the sister car of iHeart. Meggetts, Beckett's. Now he almost has to. Now he almost has to if he wants or not. Kimirai moving up into 2nd place. Ray, 10 seconds stop, 10 seconds time penalty speeding in the pit lane. Now this is interesting. What's also interesting is what kind of tire he's getting. We already see the hard tire at the Red Bull pits. Ray also trying the one stop. Prototype also switching onto the hards. Thunder. We'll find out in just a second. Best grade of fastest lap. Mishko going by RD Gamer. The hard tire is working. The hard tire is working just fine. Retrospect, that's a bit white. Being near, right behind Spooderman for just a second. But not anymore. Buckets hunting down Juno. Who is right behind Prototype. This will either help Juno being so close to his teammate, or it might not be the greatest thing. Kimura already in the pits, RD as well, so they're both pitting at the same time. The thing is, Kimura started on hard, and he is going on another set of hards. He is on a 2-stop. RD going on hards, that is a 1-stop. Kimirai is on a 2-stop strategy. He now needs to get a move on. Kimirai comes back out in 7th, RD falling down all the way down to 12th position. And now we'll find out which strategy is faster. Raid is there. Raid still uncertain when the move can be made, and now we have Mishko in the pit lane with the big question on which tire he will go. We're entering lap 13, which is the 50% mark of this race. It's mediums. .3K back on soft tires. Get Ripper once again snuck in the points, paying positions. RD. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Mishko. Meanwhile, the lead is getting fought over. Right now, 3-second penalty up added to his 10-second penalty already. He is making mistakes. The championship leader is not obsolete. Meanwhile, iHeart hunting down King James. with 3K. Already getting lapped. Gab Reaper, the next one with a penalty. Well, iHeart. Hunting down King James. Keep me right behind. Should be too big of a threat to the Red Bull, with Kimirai having to pit a second time. Meanwhile, right down the inside of Ref. Raid against Ref. Got a brief yellow flag. Maybe it was for the two of them, actually. Coming a little bit too close. What can Ref do? Can Ref defend the Ref of Raid? Oi, 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 oi. Ref inside Raid, and there's a collision! The leading pair collides! Both cars seem unharmed. But the thing that is not harmed by this is Raid's race with the 2 penalties. Whose fault was it? We don't know. That is something the stewards need to look at. But what we do know is that this might throw a little bit of a new perspective onto this race for the cars behind. What might happen here? iHeart hunting down King James. King James hunting down Masquerader. Kimirai desperately needs to go buy these cars. And Kimirai here disposes of the first one, moves up to 5th position. Mishko goes by Prototype. Right with the fastest lap. Sadly can't see the penalty symbol besides his name anymore. Well, it's back. Because Mishko drives the fast lap. 3K, ignore blue flags. That is an interesting penalty to get. Last 10 laps, pockets in the pits. On the hearts. And Kimirai at the back of the next victim. In his case, it is King James. He also gets a little bit of a nudge. It's a bit of a nudging festival. Masquerader says, oh, if you guys want to play with each other, you do that. I will check out. See you later. Obviously, the worry for King James is to stay within the second for DRS. There's a pit stop. Masquerader comes in for his second stop. 10 laps to go in this race. Is he going for softs, maybe? Is this a medium soft race is the question. It's hards. What's RD's pick? RD's pick is the front wing. And hards. It's medium hards. And Ray took the lead. For the time being, we missed that during the pit stops. Ray took the lead of the race. And here we have a battle between King James and Kimi right down the old start finish straight. Kimi Rai wins. Spooderman losing positions there in 14th because he is currently stationary. Not anymore gets away before Liskanov can take another position off him. Down in 14th currently. Pit stop King James. Late braking. Might this be a generous or general two-stopper? Let's look. Juno might need to go again. Prototype is high on percentage. Spooderman is high on percentage. King James goes on another set of mediums. He'll be clear. Ray might have to beware a bit of the tires. But has a 13 seconds penalty anyway. Here we have the pit stop strategy. The yellow numbers are the ones who serve their pit stop already, their mandatory pit stop. The red numbers are supposed to be the people who didn't serve it yet or didn't fulfill the tire rule yet. I can't see that being the case for Masquerader and Liskanov. Kimi Rai we are aware of, but the rest, not really. Alexandre Leclerc, next 3-second penalty. We can also see the race wasn't really one of big movers. Not too many movements up and down the grid. As a matter of fact, the biggest battle right now is still the battle for the lead. Can Ref on his comeback win the race on circuit? Or will he win it on the green table? It's a second plus now. 7 laps remaining. What is with maybe another little flood of pit stops? Is there gonna be another flood of pit stops? 7 laps remaining. Masquerader hunting down Thunder. Mish go in the pits now. Masquerader against Thunder goes down the inside in the last section. Oy, 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 oy. Mish go on mediums. I heart 3 seconds penalty. Meanwhile, Rev is down in 4th. What happened there? The Mercedes falling down all the way to 4th. Kimi Rai in 2nd. And with that, currently, the race winning car. And obviously still needs to go into the pits. There might be something with strategy here today that we might see a winner we didn't expect. Because currently, Prototype is still fully in it. Even if there's a little bit of a gap. Keep me rising. Needs to come out before Masquerader. But that is a big, big, big task. Medium's on, and off he goes. Masquerader now in the last corner. Masquerader will go by. Now, the question is, will Thunder and King James do the same? They seem like they will. Yes, they do. Kim Ryan 8th. Now, needs to work his way up ahead. And Rev is trying to do the same, with iHeart being his next target. That's another slide. Meanwhile, King James fighting the other Merc. King James not going wide. Can try to get the corner exit speed with him. The Williams, speedy today. Wanting to score another nice set of points here at their home Grand Prix. Keep me right close. 5 laps to go. Is Raid able to actually still win this? Kimirai trying to double overtake. Raid currently loses the race to Ref. And Thunder made a mistake and now loses out to Mishko as well. But yeah, Raid only loses out currently to Ref because iHeart also has a little penalty, and that's 3 seconds on top. So he'd be about a second, nearly a second, behind Raid. But that now also means that Ref needs to go by. Otherwise, there are a lot of new variables coming into play here, and here we have it. Ref also gets a penalty, and now he needs to go by. That's a cut. He doesn't even try to make it. He shouldn't overtake now. He doesn't. But now Proto needs to get a move on. Down in 4th. This can all play big. Big, big, big in Proto's hands. But the one who gets saved by this is iHeart, who's still fighting for that podium up in 2nd place, because now behind there's not that much trouble anymore. The ref might have thrown it away now. Fully. 3rd place, we can see how scraped these tires are at the front left. We can see the tire wear. Those are the one-stoppers, ladies and gentlemen. Tire H. Those are the one-stoppers. Thunder also 12 lap all tires. The percentage. This might get dangerous for people like Prototype. Entering the red zone. Thunder also really dangerous. So are the top 2. within the last 2 laps to maybe, hopefully, not get a puncture. I'd highly just guess that there's ref involved in this tire scrabble as well. But Raid might actually just win this. It's looking good for the Alpine driver. 13 seconds. He can get another penalty and he's still safe. If Raid keeps this together, the win might not look as convincing on the timing sheet as it actually was, but this is a masterclass of the Alpine, if this ends as we stand right now. And it'll be 2 laps now. No safety car this race, might I add. No safety car this race, so no late race drama. This race delivered so far. Obviously now the grid falling a little bit apart with the strategy, but we had a great strategy battle with the grid mixing up a lot bit between 1 and 2 stops. And also action throughout the grid. Second to last time, saying hi to the old start finish straight. And Meggetts, Beckett's, and Chapel. We have a yellow, because there's a Sauber somewhere. Which Sauber is it? What's Spooderman again? There's a McLaren behind him. And it's the McLaren I'm thinking about was Prototype. Prototype not enjoying the assistance of losing out time behind Spooderman and maybe losing out on the podium because the McLaren driver does not have a time penalty as it stands right now. Kimirai hunting the Masquerader for 5th, but this might be once again a masterclass for the McLaren driver if he can gain around about half a second in the last lap. Kimirai. Can he bounce it back into 5th? Prototype hunting down. Can see the interval. And here we can see Kimirai. But who we see here is someone who so far this season simply can't lose. You can give him a new competitor. You can give him 13 seconds of penalty. You can give him rain and a bad strategy. It doesn't matter. Once again, Raid wins. iHeart. Fantastic race for the Red Bull driver. Playing second fiddle for nearly the whole season. This time, he gains the top spot. Second place. Prototype. Barely missing out on the podium. Masquerader 5th. Kimirai didn't catch him in 6th, making the 2-stop maybe just slightly work. Mishko 7th, King James 8th. Great points once again for Williams. Juno 9th spot for McLaren. And back there, Thunder will still lose 10th to RD Gamer, who probably won't be happy with us. Pockets on comeback. 12th spot. Gap Reaper now entering the last sequence of corners. Will get 13th. Once again, the race briefly showed promise, and then it all went to it doesn't work anymore. Liskanek, another debutant in this race. Not the worst one. 14th. Podium celebrations. Once again, an Alpine on it. Once again, a Red Bull on it. But not the Canadian one, but the American one. And in third, debutant Ref. So let's go over it once again. Raid wins the 5th race of the season, followed by iHeart. Rev on comeback 3rd. Prototype once again a great race in 4th, barely missing out on the podium. Masquerader in 5th, top spot for the 2 stoppers. Kimura 6th, Mishko 7th, King James, Juno, RD Gamer getting the last point. Thunder Pockets, Gab Reaper, Lishkanek, Retro, Spooderman, Leclerc, and Drk in 18th spot. Alrighty, let's see. This was a fantastic race. By this point in the season, every race is a fantastic race. Every race so far gave us everything we could ask for. Both in battles, in excitement. So yeah. Today though, I give it 1 or 2 more seconds. We will go a little bit. Well, we will go into the interviews just shortly. I will turn on my fan now, and then let's get the 4 people who we have in the cooldown room in here.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm making a group run out of this again.
We're doing a group message.
Oh,
We're doing a group one again.
Okay.
I'll go watch my replay. Enjoy talking.
the man's already so bored of getting the same question about winning that he's just I'll just watch my replay now. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because I don't know what happened exactly between me and the Merc.
My face is just here for the thumbnail, guys.
Fair enough.
Now you can clickbait my name. I don't know if you guys want to take orders or just talk about it a bit, but walk through your races.
I felt like I could have took a nap. It was a little lonely. I don't know. It was definitely a DRS train central. I think the one stop was definitely stronger. I think everybody on the two stop probably lost some positions and whatnot. But it was a decent race all in all.
Yeah. It was quite decent, like especially from the back, to be honest. Like quite eventful at the start because basically there was in fact like a lot of people with connectivity issues. So like there was kind of like a crash at the beginning. So yeah, but like after that, like it kind of just went smoothly and fine, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely with the low wing meta and this, everybody that was in DRS trains at the front, it was just like impossible to pass. Even Kimmy on the first stint when he was on those hards, that would have been way faster near the end of that stint than Ian's. He couldn't make a pass either. So we were kind of just all staring at each other going, huh, are you going to make a mistake? Are you going to make a mistake? Just like poking people. But yeah, it was all right.
Anyone else want to say anything about the race? Or
Alexander, I noticed that you had quite an eventful race, really. So do you want to like explain that more?
What?
Like, cause I noticed like that you were like going down on the mic, just like when I was in like VC with you throughout the whole race. But like, I think you did quite well, Alexander. Like, despite what happened, I think you did quite well. Like, even if you ended up at the back, I think you still did quite good.
Yeah, what were you were P14? It looks like. Still
Yeah,
P14,
I was.
right? Or
Yeah,
or were you in? You're in the house. I forget.
yeah, he was on the lower half, and I was like at P15, and Spoonerman was at like P16, so he was like right behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my moza is burning.
Yeah, they get a little toasty.
Yeah, I think I could cook some bread over here.
Just put like a frying pan on it, just cook some eggs on it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I get all these standings set up.
The usual, the good old usual question. Anything you guys want to take into? I don't even know what the next race is. I didn't look at the calendar this time.
Yeah, I don't know either, bro.
Don't worry, buddy.
Could be just a spin of the wheel.
You're gonna have the right thumbnail next weekend.
We're going Dutch,
my God.
as a wise crafty one said. We're going to Zandvoort. Anything you guys take into that race?
Ooh, Zandvoort, such a good track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like what I should take to consideration, because I think I hit my teammate off a couple times because of like the overtake, because I kind of didn't know what he was gonna do in terms of overtaking. So I probably need to consider like trying to predict like what type of overtake he's gonna do for like the next race. So that could be one.
What am I doing?
I need to practice more.
Yeah, we both need to definitely practice more, especially on better setups, because I just got one straight off the internet, and I think Alexander just went full on raw, just basic setup, just what the game.
I got original.
Yeah, purely original. Which ain't that bad, but like, you know, internet setups are a lot more better.
I don't want to be that guy, but you know, time travel exists, right? And those setups are usually not too horrible.
What are you on about?
Yeah, just take Brandon Lee's. He explains how to make it a race setup. So
Yeah.
Oh, these are broken.
You're broken.
But always think about.
Oh, sorry, I messed up.
Yeah.
I gotta delete the fixer stuff. Anyways, sorry.
Ban him.
Ban him.
Mhm.
Delete. Unsuccessful delete. Oh my god.
Damn.
I'm gonna have my work cut out for me today.
Yeah. The tires were like really cooked to the bone. Like I tried to pit once and the tires just like gave out and I just went spinning into like the pit entry and you just spawned me back on track. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
We had cooked tires.
The tires were definitely getting a little dicey near the end there for me. I even paid a lap earlier than I intended to on the mediums because I realized I was at like 80%. I was like, oh, yep, not going to risk that.
Same. I was going on too much on the curb, and like it was absolutely destroying them tires. So I
Yeah.
kind of had to back off so that I could just save some of the tires. But it was too late, and like the tires were already just cooked to begin with. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
A good start, though. P13 and then a little, yeah.
There we go. Now it's working.
It was a cool race to attend, really, for my first time.
Yeah, it went all right. Okay,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Alrighty, does anybody have some ending words before I shall kick you out of my commentary box because
Oh my god.
Can't sleep here.
Can I sleep here?
No.
Aw, damn.
Damn. Fair enough.
Alexander sleeping at your house then.
Yeah.
Those were the dying message of our drivers today, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I will see everybody and all of you back next week for the Dutch Grand Prix. And as always, nice weekend.